I propose we be silent dakika moja. And I want to greet
What we are saying is we need the private sector to come in and to support this initiative. We need the business community, the religious institutions, because there's a study that we did and we're asking people, whom do you trust most? And religious institutions we are leading as the institution that people trust most. So we need all these stakeholders to come together for the sake of collaboration and collective action in violence prevention. And the key policy intervention areas for the policy, one is to challenge cultures, values, and norms that normalize violence. Even today, as we are speaking, there are areas where a child will be defiled, maybe by a father, which is happening in schools. And instead of that child being born, once that child is born, the family or the community says that child must be killed. So we want to challenge cultures, values, and norms that normalize violence. We have a challenge of organized gangs, but how do we sustainably demobilize them? 4, strengthening institutions mandated to prevent violence. Sometimes we demand so much from institutions that are mandated to prevent violence, but their capacity is limited. How do we strengthen those institutions which are mandated to prevent violence to ensure that they have the equipment they need, they have all that they need so that they can be able to deliver? How do we build trust? Because if I do not have confidence with the police and have information of people who are planning a terrorist activity, I will not share that information with the police because I don't trust the police. So how do we ensure that the members of the public can be able to trust the police, can be able to trust government institutions, so that we can be able to share information to prevent violence? Any politician who incites violence must be held personally accountable. And it can happen in other areas, but when it comes to Nakuru County, how do we ensure that no politician will be allowed to incite violence in Nakuru County? Can we, all of us, share data in terms of the violence instances that are reported so that we can, all of us, get to know the magnitude of the issues that we are dealing with?
And therefore Nakuru lies at a threat of attracting recruitment and attracting radicalization amongst the community. High incidence of poverty and deprivation, and a lot of organized criminal gangs, and the great threat of socio-economical growth prevailing in the county exhibits the fastest growing trends happening in many African nations. The fact that Nakuru town is set to become a city, and at this time that it's becoming a city is when the data from the National Crime Research Center shows that the rate of crime in the county is considerably high, a factor that can be attributed to high number of unemployed youth. Now we are looking at a point where we want a soft approach towards prevention of violent extremism, a soft approach towards decriminalization, a soft approach to even de-radicalization. If we don't do this, we are looking at a generation gap, a threat of a generation gap. If, for instance, all these youth end up in prison, or all these youth end up killing each other. To form a safe, secure, and terror-free and empowered community, the youth below 35 years. Activities of strengthening community resilience against radicalization and violent extremism, building the capacity of local youth groups in the implementation of the County Rapid Action Plan that we will be launching today, and then reduction of the organized gangs and crime rates, and reduction of unemployment levels among the young people. And also we are looking at reduction of drugs and substance abuse.
Violence ikishakuwa unaona polisi na maroli hata mengine hujawahi kuona miaka. Unakuja unaona ya kwamba tear gas. Unaona ya kwamba marugu ya majebe na kwako jebe halina mpindi. Unaona kila aina ya silaha na zote when you cost them si ni pesa. Unasikia ya kwamba wizara ambayo inatumia pesa nyingi sana ni gani? Ni agriculture ama ni security? Ni security. Unaona hata NGOs zingine ambao hujawahi sikia. Zote zimekuja, wengine na blanketi, wengine na vikombe. Kwa nini tusitumie hiyo rasilimali kuhakikisha ya kwamba watu wanakaa kwa usalama kuliko tupeleke nini? Vikombe na blanketi. So but other than using a lot of resources, bringing a lot of NGOs, bringing a lot of international interventions, kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunapigana na ila mambo iko. Mbona tusiweke hizi pesa kuhakikisha ya kwamba tuna counter violence? Na kuhakikisha tuna counter violence, why we did pass this one, tulisema ya kwamba why not use these resources first of all. Kama community bills zilikuwa zinapigana, mbona tusianzishe michezo hapo? Kama community A na community B zilikuwa zinapigana kuna uhasama, mbona tusianzishe kwa mfano buru fighting? Kila watu walete buru yao na buru yao inapigana kwa niaba ya watu. Mnaleta watu wenu, tunashindana kwa uwaja. Tukishindwa hivyo, wewe ukiona una nguvu kwa familia, wewe una nguvu na huyu ana nguvu, mbona tusiweke wrestling? Akuwe na referee. Tukaangalia watu wanapigana kwa sababu ya mashamba. Lakini ukiangalia watu wa mashamba ile wanapigana hawalimi. Why don't we remove pressure kwa land kwa kuhakikisha ya kwamba hawa youth, hawa watu wamepata business ambayo itawezesha kupotea kwa land. Ukija hapa uanzije unapewa tu kakibada kadogo. You make a lot of money na kutoka kwa land by making sure that tunafunza watu business. Na unaona hata security agencies unapita hiyo, unapata watu wanakula miraa, unapata bagi siku hizi, kuvuta bagi ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba vijana wako katika vikundi na tunawatoa kwa bagi, ukienda umwambia atoke hata toka. So these are some of the things that will reduce violence kwa vijiji. Lakini kama mtu atakuwa anaona polisi, anaona an agent of violence that is not restricted by any law, unajua utaogopa. Kesho hata ukiwa na shida, utaenda kuambia polisi ya kwamba nimepata nini? Shida. We simplify the policy. Iingie kwa kanisa, iingie kwa mosque, iingie kwa shule.
And definitely we have fertile grounds like organized criminal gangs. We know we have them. We've been fighting them here. And of course, a large population of youth who are not employed, we are likely to be lured into some of the activities that are unsocial. I would say our level of alertness has gone down. It's like we rush to do something when the threat has already been executed. How is our education system? Do we spare some time to talk about some of these things, especially to do with radicalization? When the political leadership is speaking the same language of preaching a message of peace and intolerance towards radicalization and terror, then we are at home with peace. And I'm saying this, we have maybe representatives of the business community. I wish every other business can be able to do that, so that when somebody passes through their screening system, they can be able to tell that this person is either armed or armless.
I think they should be able to take these security agents in some course to show them what is it that they want. You can be telling a security guard at our gate that there is something called a grenade, and they don't even know how a grenade looks like. You could be telling them of a gun or a bomb, and they don't actually know how it looks like. And then we might end up actually accusing them of not doing their work properly, and yet they don't actually know what it is all about. So it would be very good for us also in the security team. If these guys are actually involved in security, let's give them proper training. Let's help them also learn this is how a bullet looks like. This is how a gun looks like. This is how a bomb looks like. So that when they are searching, they actually know what they are actually doing, what they are searching. Because otherwise there will just be some efforts in futility and learn. Because we just would pick up a villager and take them from a training in the village just to say forward march for 2 weeks, and then they are here protecting us. Am I right? Just for 1 week, and then we buy them uniforms, and then we contract a security firm, and we call that a security firm. And yet we've not given them that proper training so that they can also know what they are looking for. We've been hearing a lot about security cameras, and we want to continue requesting a collaboration between us and the county commission, and of course the national government, in putting up CCTV cameras in our town. Those ones, they will help us a lot in terms of monitoring crimes. We've seen, for example, when there are crimes in Nairobi, they can easily monitor where the particular individual was passing through from point A to B to C. So if in our city also we start developing, think of actually that plan to put up these cameras so that it can help us in terms of security within this particular great town. The city is coming. Nakuru city is coming, and we are not talking about Nakuru alone. Nakuru County is known for the biggest hospitality. I think it's actually second to Mombasa, if not actually catching up with it. From Naivasha to this place, there are so many hospitality hotels. And what we need to do is, we need to make sure these people who visit these hospitality centers, these hotels that we have, they feel they are secure. We're fearing a lot about what's happening, but there are more good than bad that will come with that city status. More funding, more security, and so many other things that will accompany our city. And we will be saying Nakuru should have been a city some years back.